Hi guys, it's my monthly update for May, and this time this video is going to be completely different. As you know, I released my YouTube ad video last week, about 2 weeks ago now, and the response was just overwhelming. Overwhelming is an understatement, guys. I'm blown away by it, absolutely blown away, and it's kind of saved my channel, and it's allowed me to get back to where I was when I was at my best doing these videos, because I don't want to go into that. That's all in that video. I don't want to really go into that. I want to just stick on topic about what this video is. But essentially, I'm now free to do what I want on my channel. I wake up on a morning and I'm no longer stressed. I feel like I'm working again. You guys who have jobs, I feel like I'm one of you now. You go to work every day and you know you're going to get paid at the end of that month. And now I know I'm going to get paid at the end of that month, because before I didn't. That was the stressful thing. I have all these financial commitments. I mean, I'm in a rented property and I've got all the bills to pay, which are colossal, really, when you think about it. And I have to pay them. The fairies aren't going to pay them. And when you're in an industry like what I was in, where you do controversial videos and at the flick of a switch, you can spend 2 days on a video and earn $10 because somebody thinks that you've overstepped the mark in certain areas and that they don't want their sponsors seeing their adverts on your channel. Friday the 13th has been done, by the way. That was the first video I think I did after being able to come back and be free again. I don't know what I'm going to watch it again later, but I've obviously said something in that's upset somebody somewhere, and the button has been pressed on that video. It's got almost 60,000 views, and the money that I've made on that, I couldn't even buy 10 Mars bars with it. It should have been in the 50, 60 pounds worth, or 50, 60 dollars rather, of earnings, and it's not. It's like nowhere. I've had a couple copyrighted as well. The Far Cry one was, and that had a lot of hits on it. So as suspected, I've checked my monthly earnings and they are abysmal on YouTube. It's a good job I have you guys. And speaking of you guys, I had 350 patrons. I've now got almost 800, or almost 700, is it, or almost 800? I don't even know. There's so many. PayPal's doubled as well. It's just been incredible. You guys are just amazing people, and you're allowing me now to do what I do best, and that is be uncensored and just say what the hell I want and speak my mind, and that's exactly how I'm going to be. Not a fuck was given when I looked at Friday the 13th and saw that it had been flagged. I didn't give a shit, because I'm like, well, I don't need you anymore, YouTube. I really don't. I don't need your money anymore. I have these amazing people supporting me. And speaking of these amazing people, this is what I meant to say before. We are rolling the names now up the screen of all you people who have donated. This is the PayPal people first, and then the patrons straight after that. And I also want to thank all the people who've gifted me Steam games as well. I'm having to change this because I put this to the patron people and I asked them what I should do, because it does pose a problem. Do I sit here and read out 800 names? And they said, no, we don't want to do that. We would much rather hear you talk about something to do with all this, rather than read out all the names and things. Why not have this ticker going up just as a one-off, and then every week from now on, well, I don't even know if I'll be doing the ticker after this. I mean, I might still do it. We'll see what people say in the feedback. Or a lot of people said they would just rather let me thank people en masse, and then maybe pick a few messages out that people have written to me, some of my favourite ones, and read them out and discuss certain things about the comments and things like that, which does sound like a good idea. I think I would enjoy doing that, and it might obviously help a few people as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing that this week. I forgot to do the draw for the game. The game is Steel Division Normandy 44, so I'll do it at the very end of the video. So I'm still going to do it, but I'll have to cut and then do it, and then timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. So I want to thank everybody first and foremost, in any way, whether it's a donation on Twitch, whether it's a gift that you've sent me on Steam, whether it's a PayPal donation, whether it's a patron. There's a lot of new patrons and a lot of new PayPals, and there's a lot of the old ones. The names going up there, you will recognize a lot of people, and I am a bit nervous because I haven't obviously looked at the new names, and I know there will be some names going up this ticker. I just copied and pasted them, so I haven't actually seen all the new names. So my apologies if there's anything that goes up there it's probably me that'll be the butt of their jokes, but I'm quite sure somewhere along the line a name will come up that's just, so there you go. So one of the things, I've read all the comments. As much as I'm not reading them all out, I do have some comments. I'm going to read 2 to you right now. Now, there was a lot more than this on this subject, but I obviously can't read all of them. So I'm just reading these 2 out. And I'm not going to tell you the names of the people behind them because I don't know whether I should or not. You are the only honest reviewer. You make me laugh every day, which helps my depression. Thank you. And depression seems to be, well, there's at least 15 people have wrote to me confessing that they suffer from this. And here's another one. You're probably wondering why I'm writing to you this way, and I wanted to use this donation to say thanks for always being there for me. I've been struggling with depression for the past 4 years, and I was hospitalised for suicidal thoughts 2 years ago. I've been recovering ever since, and it's been a real uphill battle, trying to get better, but I'm fighting with every fibre in my being to get rid of my depression. I've been doing incredibly well this past year, and I've even gotten under the Dean's list at my school for the 3rd semester in a row. I firmly believe that your videos help me get through a lot of my problems, and I thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to the gaming and YouTube community. It always brightens my day to see a new video of yours. I think it's safe to say I am a fighter, and I have a great role model who is also a fighter, that being you. And there's a few like that, and I want to talk about depression. Depression is real. I used to think it wasn't. I was one of these bigots, if you like, who would say, oh, just, give your head a shake, man. It's just stop being so soft. But one day depression paid me a visit, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I found that I couldn't just give my head a shake. I got worse and worse and worse, and it gripped me. It was like the only way I could describe it was a black cloak being thrown over you, and you just being pulled down, and your body just starts to shut down bit by bit. You become extremely fatigued and tired. You can't, for the life of you, raise a smile. You can't think a happy thought. It just consumes you slowly and painfully, and it is an awful, helpless feeling that you get, and it can last a long, long time. And it is a horrible thing, depression. And I'm not talking about grief when somebody dies. That's a completely different thing. My dad died when I was 25, and I was suffering from extreme grief at that. It was such a shock. One minute he was there, the next minute he wasn't, and he was only 62. And it was like shocked and grief, but that wasn't depression. And you have to get out of it as quickly as you can, because if you don't, it can kill you. I know people that grew up with me that are no longer here because of depression. They killed themselves, and it is a dangerous, dangerous animal, and you have got to get rid of that. And there is no hard, fast way, but the best way I found is to talk. It is to have friends, and this is something that is a bit of a problem today, because with all the social media that we have, people don't have friends anymore. People don't go out anymore and socialise. When I was young in the 80s, we were always out. We were never in, we always socialised, but I wouldn't dream of talking to my best friends about any kind of problems. They would think I was a big girl's blouse, and so, because, it was like back in the day when men were men, that kind of image. It was ridiculous, but you couldn't talk to them. And I remember my doctor sent me for counselling because I was really depressed. My first counsel session, it was for an hour. I sat there and I never said anything, and she said to me, "You're not going to talk to me, are you?" And I says, "Nope." And she says, "Is there any reason for that?" I says, "Yes, because it's a waste of time." I says, "You're a waste of time. You're just a quack. You're not going to be able to help me. I'm just here because if I don't go, my doctor will strike us off and I'll not be able to go back to the doctors where I live. So I'm here. So I'm sitting in the chair and I'm saying nothing." Pig-headed attitude that I had. By the end of my 8th session, I was telling this counsellor everything about my life, and it was doing me good. It was offloading, and that is the way to deal with. That's the start to deal with it. You should always have somebody you can talk to. It's very important that you have somebody you can talk to, and you know, it's important to have things that make you laugh, and that's where my videos come in as well. I mean, I watch my own videos and get therapy off them. It sounds so pig-headed, but I actually do. I laugh at my own videos, and laughter is good. Laughter is a tonic. It is an absolute tonic. If you could bottle laughter, every doctor in the world prescribe it, because laughter releases a chemical reaction in your body which helps heal your body. It is so important that you can have a laugh. It's vitally important that you can have a laugh, to be honest. So, you know, I'm happy that I make people laugh on a regular basis, and that does people good, and long may that continue, to be honest. We all do need a laugh. We all need cheering up, and I'm just proud that I'm actually able to do that. This is the most satisfying job I've ever had. I just want to tell you something, right? This is quite personal, but I totally believe this with all my heart, that no matter what you're going through, no matter how black it is, no matter how dark it is, no matter whether your future looks absolutely devastated and horrible, there is always a way out. There is, and I'm not talking about suicide. That is never an option. That should never be an option. There are ways out. You will succeed. I always remember this. I didn't do too good at school. It was my own fault. I'm not blaming anybody else, but my family life took a really bad turn when I was 14. My brother became an alcoholic, and home life became so disrupted and violent and bad, and it really did affect me. But I'm still, it was still my fault that I didn't do better than what I did, and I kind of I didn't realise it, but it was depression at the time. But I was only 14, so I didn't understand it at all. It was only in later life that I realised, thinking back, that my goodness, that was what I had back then. And I couldn't study, I couldn't do much, and I didn't do great at school. And I remember when I left school, I got this dead-end government scheme, they were called back in the day, and it was just pretty much work experience for hardly any money. And I always remember I was in this community centre place. I think I was painting a skirting board or putting a socket on a wall. It was some basic thing that I was doing. And my English teacher from the year before walked into the school, and there was about 20 school kids with him, walked into this building rather that I was at doing this. It was the community centre right next to the school. And he stopped, looked at me with utter contempt for me on his face, and he just looked at us and he just said, "Still wasting your time?" And all the kids burst out laughing, and then he just walked away. And that kind of did something to me. Them words hurt deep down, like they penetrated my inner being as a person. I've been in fights before. I've been in a lot of shit in my life. I haven't lived a very good life in my sort of late teens, early 20s, and I was a bit of a bad un, to be honest. But all the times I've been hit, and that nothing could compare to how much pain his words caused me that day, and they had a huge impact for the negative on my life. It was almost like a sword had pierced us. Just a simple sentence like that. The power of words is it's extraordinary, guys. The power of words. It's just like there are no bricks heavy enough to hurt you as much as some well chosen horrible words. And I do believe them words had a big negative impact on certainly the next few years of my life. I felt useless. I felt, what's the point? And I know how people feel when that happens, but you know something? If you fight and you never give up, you can achieve anything. You really can. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter anything about you, what defect you may think you have. There is always a way and always a path to a better life than what you have when you're in this dark place. The key is, and the secret is to never give up hope. It doesn't matter what life throws at you. I remember the worst year of my life. I've had so many bad years, but I remember the year my dad died. My dad died in the February, my grandma died in the July, and my mother got cancer in the September. And I was a driving instructor. I went through the British School of Motoring. Then I'd just set my own school up, bought a new car. It was a brand new car for my driving school. It was my first driving school car that I'd actually owned. And my mother was in hospital. We didn't know whether she was going to survive or not. And me and my wife had to go to her house to pick up a nightie and something else to take into the hospital. So we went to her house to do this, and we were in the house for all of 10 minutes, and when I came out, my car had been stolen, which essentially meant my job was gone. And I remember, clear as if it was just last night, I remember screaming looking up to the sky, shouting why. I shouted why. I just screamed it at the top of my voice. It was just like the whole year just caved in on me for that moment. I thought, I've lost my dad, lost my grandma, I might lose my mother, and I've just lost my business. And it was just an awful, awful time. And you kind of, at them moments, you just go down. But then I thought, well, I can't go down because I've got to go to see my mother. So I took her car to the hospital. She survived. She's still going strong. She's absolutely mental now. She's in the nicest possible way. She's 81 and acts as if she's like 16. She's just great, my mother. You just have to pull through. You just have to keep that positivity going. And I built my business back up, and I was okay, and everything worked out. And that kind of stuff happens. That kind of, I don't know where this is going now. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but it just kind of struck me with the people that are going through bad times. I mean, I'm going to do a Draw My Life at some point. You wouldn't believe it, man. You just wouldn't believe the stuff. It'll be a long video. But trust me, right? I'm still here. I've been through a lot of shit. I've been totally on my own in a lot of it. Most of it, to be honest. And I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I still laugh. I still get up on a morning, and I still go to bed on a night. And life is possible. It doesn't matter what it throws at you, it's possible. You just haven't got to give up. You got to believe in yourself, because everybody is here for a reason. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has something that they can do. It's just finding it. It's finding what you're good at, finding what you like, finding what you naturally fall into, and then just running with that. And don't let anybody put you off it. Doesn't matter what they say. But overall, guys, the message that I'm long-windedly trying to tell you is don't ever give up. Please, don't give up. Keep going. Keep it real. Keep strong. And you will find happiness, I promise. You will find happiness. As long as you don't give up, you will find happiness. This video's been all about depression, guys. That's not what I wanted to talk about, but that's the way it's gone. I'm sorry if I've bored the tits off you, but, maybe this is what I should... Maybe my... monthly videos should be about issues. If people want to, if people want to talk about issues, put that in your messages, and we'll talk about issues. Well, I don't know, why not? Why the hell not? My channel is just crazy anyway. We talk about anything I'm the guy who streams with a blank screen, for fuck's sake, and people still watch, and just, so there you go, guys. Let's do the draw for the game. And we'll see who's going to win this amazing strategy game. I hope you appreciate it, whoever it is, because it is a great game. We'll do the draw now. Guys, I've just done the draw, and it was a long fucking count, I'll tell you. It was a long count. And the name of the guy who's won it. So funny. A guy who's been around a while. Yes, it's none other than Purple-Headed Womb Broom. So... congratulations, you win a copy of Steel Division Normandy 44, a fabulous strategy game. So once again, thanks everybody. Sorry this has gone on with a lot of waffle. There'll be a lot of videos coming over the next few months. There's going to be more IRL stuff coming as well, and you should see a lot more content, a lot more streams, a lot more Max Corner stuff coming. Now that I've found my new lease of life and I'm unleashed. Thanks again, guys. You're all awesome.